Take 2 teams of college co-eds, 10 pens, and plenty of big, shiny balls. And it's not just bowling anymore. It's rock and bowl. Coming up next, TNN puts a whole new spin on the world of bowling with a house band, cheerleaders, cash prizes, and thoroughly unrestrained team spirit. The competition is fierce, but the party is just plain wild. Rock and Bowl coming up next, only on TNN.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Some of the most unusual bowling you've ever seen. From the All-American Sport Park, the bowler on the left knows there's nothing his team can't do. On the right, an equal match of boldness and bowling bravado. Today, 2 of the fiercest teams in collegiate bowling, Ball State University and San Jose State, square off for the craziest 10-pin challenge you've ever seen. This is not your father's college bowl. This is Rock and Bowl. To meet today's mighty collegiate adversaries, the Spartans of San Jose State, Galene Kusaba, Clint Conrad, Loida Francisco, Alex Taylor, Daniel Pock, the alternate Melissa Robledo, and the coach, Sherry Tomasaka. And the Cardinals of Ball State, Douglas Anderson, Trent Burns, Sherry Smith, Shadow Bass, Ron Lawrenzoni, the alternate Jessica Juneman, and the coach, Doug Gibson. And welcome to the All-American Sport Park here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Gary Seibel along with Dandy Randy Pedersen. He's got 12 PBA titles and nearly $1 million in tour earnings. And what amazing bowling we have for you today, folks. Stuff you have never seen before.
That's right, truly amazing. I've never bowled in a venue like this anywhere in the world. It's truly incredible. Not to mention incredible is our format that we're using today. It's an extended Baker-style format. 10 traditional frames and these wacky, wild, and crazy rock and roll frames, Gary.
And to tell us all about those wacky, wild rock and roll frames, here she is, feeling a little Randy herself. Randy, our own Taylor Baldwin.
That's right. We've taken traditional bowling, we've added a little soul, and we turned it into rock and roll. Believe me, you have never seen anything like this before. Have you ever wondered what it was like to bowl from a recliner or bowl in the dark or with a shuffleboard stick? We're going to see all that and much, much more, so don't go away.
And here we go. Rock and Roll on TNN is in your face. We are set to go with our traditional Baker system game, and we have got referee Bob Prevost on hand to handle any possible disputes that we may have today. We're hoping for none. We're counting on none. Just good, clean bowling. And time now for our first traditional bowling frame. Here are the Spartans of San Jose State. And first up, Galene Kusaba, 21-year-old senior from Concord, California. Her nickname is Day. And here she is bowling tonight, her first shot. Yes!
Oh, baby! That's all Day right there, Gary. We're going to take a look at this strike. Coming back at you here. Watch the pin action. The 5-pin thinks about not going down. It's too bad. Go down, would you?
Oh, yeah. Good pin action there for Galene Kusaba. And she gets the Spartans off to a good start. Now, it's the Cardinals of Ball State University. Doug Anderson, a 22-year-old senior from Muncie, Indiana. Ball State University on the approach. Here is their first shot in the first frame of traditional bowling. Doug's got a high game of 300. Oh, right now, the lead of the 4-7.
4-6-7.
4-6-7. You got it.
4-6-7. That ball hooked high, Gary. Went right through the face. Bad break. He left the split.
3 pins to pick up. The degree of difficulty on this, Randy, pretty large.
Well, you know, this split's almost impossible. The thing to do is go for the count.
And here we go. Doug Anderson, his attempt at the spare.
He went for it. He went for it.
Can't get a whole lot closer than that without taking it. And after one traditional frame of bowling, San Jose Spartans working on a strike. It's an open for the Cardinals of Ball State University. 8 in the first frame. And that music lets us know it's time for rock and roll. We're talking about recliner bowling. Down the lanes and our very own Ellie look at Taylor Baldwin.
Not a worry, not a care. When you're sitting pretty in a chair, and that's exactly what our Rockin' bowlers are gonna do. Here's how you play recliner bowl. The bowler will sit in this not-so-ordinary recliner. His teammate will come up behind the recliner, push the recliner all the way to the foul line. Our bowler can release the ball any way he wants to, as long as he gets it down the alley. Now, each team gets one ball, and every pin knocked down counts for 1 point. So, team, let's make them count.
We are ready for our first Rockin' Bowl frame. It's called recliner bowling, and reclining for the Spartans of San Jose State. Here comes Cliff Kennard. He's a lefty, a freshman, 18 years old, from Aptos, California. He has a high game of 300, but here he'll be pleased as punch if he picks up just 10. Here we go. Don't foul, don't cross that line. A two-handed underhand throw, and
Ooh, sorry. You know, but he looks comfortable, and I think that really matters.
And of course, you comfortable in a recliner bowling situation? How do you handle it?
Well, Gary, you know, when they came up with recliner bowling, they had me in mind. I used an underhand, two-handed toss, very effective.
Effective for you, but not for Cliff Kennard of the San Jose State Spartans. We'll see how Trent Burns of the Cardinals from Ball State does. He's lined up, and look at that snazzy bowling ball. What's that all about?
Well, I think he's going with the hypnotic theory. You know, the pins will be like dizzy by the time the ball gets down there.
Well, here he goes. We'll see if that pattern on the ball helps. And that was kind of a drop down. And I'll tell you what.
Hang on, baby.
Look at this.
Hang on, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Trent Burns knows how to get it done. And a look at our points in our first Rockin' Bowl frame recliner bowling. It's 8 for the Cardinals of Ball State University and a big 0 for the Spartans of San Jose. Back to traditional bowling, and it is Loida Francisco. She's a senior, 26 years old, from Santa Clara, California. And her high game, 208. High series, 517. For major industrial technology. And here is her shot in the second frame of traditional bowling.
Wow! How about that shot? We're going to take a look at this here. That was a beautiful stroke there, Gary. She just steps up and goes, look at that beautiful fall through towards the target. Watch the ball hook in the back end here. And that's what we call dead flush, Gary.
Well, I'll tell you what, even though her average is 157, the way she bowled on that shot looked like she was carrying a 200 average.
I'm telling you.
Okay, over now to the Ball State University Cardinals. Sherry Smith from Indianapolis, Indiana. She's a senior, 21 years old, a high game of 279, her average 178. Here's her first ball in the second frame of traditional bowling and leaves the 1, the 2, and the 4.
All right, and Gary, in bowling, rule number 1, in order to get a strike, what do we have to do?
Well, putting it in the pocket would be the first thing.
That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Seibel. Thank you.
Oh, Randy. All right, way to go here. And this is important for Sherry Smith to pick this up because the Ball State University Cardinals already with 1 open, they need to stay close right from the get-go. Second shot for Sherry Smith.
Yes, big shot there, Gary. You don't want to start with 2 opens.
We'll take another look at this one, Randy, and give us the description of what's happening here as the ball comes down the lane. 2
ways to make it, left of the headpin or this way. Not the way I would recommend doing it, but it was effective.
All right, so after a couple of frames of traditional bowling, you've got the San Jose Spartans. They've got 2 strikes. The Ball State University Cardinals, they're working on a spare in the second. More Rockin' Bowl frames, more traditional bowling when we come back. You ever hear a shuffle ball? Well, you will. Stay tuned. You're watching Rockin' Bowl on TNN. Welcome back to Rockin' Bowl here at the All-American Sport Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, you've already seen some of the wildest, craziest, unique bowling action, and trust me, there's a whole lot more coming up. And there a look at San Jose State Spartans coach Sherry Tomasaka. And before we get back to the bowling action, let's meet some of today's team members from San Jose State. San Jose State, 142 years young, the West Coast's first public institution of higher education. Nurturing some of Silicon Valley's greatest techno wizards, it has also produced 1999's 10th highest ranked bowling team. Cliff Kennard, driven to compete since a freshman in high school. Daleen Kusaba helped take her team to the 1996 Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. Melissa Robledo, newcomer, already proving she has the right moves and ideas.
Here at San Jose, we always want to be one up on the competition.
Daniel Pack, computer engineering major, engineering his way to victory. Loida Francisco, a lefty bowler with all the right moves. And Alex Sala, avid bowler, 24/7.
Watch this pickup.
And there is Alex Sala, who will be bowling next for the Spartans. And they are in command right now. And won't, but still a good 9 count here, leaving just the 2.
Absolutely. Easy spare for him. He should make this with no problem.
Alex Sala, big hockey fan of San Jose Sharks, not a surprise. And that was a surprise, though, missing that spare attempt on the 2. All right, so San Jose State with an open here. There, a look at Ball State Cardinals coach Doug Gibson. And as Ball State University gets ready to bowl, let's take a quick and closer look at this impressive group of players. Ball State University, Muncie, Indiana, where academic distinction thrives in a beautiful residential-like setting. Also thriving, Ball State's bowling greats. Meet Ronald Anthony Lorenzoni, high game 289. Bowls for the challenge and the heat of competition. Jessica Juniman, majoring in chemistry, knows it takes the right science to knock down the pins. Doug Anderson, second in the South Bend, Indiana Blue and Gold Classic. Shanna Bass, Heart of Gold, working with the Unified Bowling League for Special Olympics. And finally, the boyfriend-girlfriend team of Trent Burns, high game 300, and Sherry Smith, an energetic dynamo who embodies the team spirit and attitude.
We are Ball State, and we've got the name to bowl you over.
And Sherry Smith, one of the Cardinal members, cheering on for fellow teammate Shanna Bass, a senior, 21 from Carmel, Indiana. Lady Cardinals, by the way, are currently ranked number 8, and twice the BWAA Bowling Writers poll ranked them as high as number 10. And Shanna's going to have to do a little bit better than that.
Yeah, that shot was a bit wide. Actually, a lot wide. I think she either has a little too much energy, she's a little nervous, combination of the two, or she just plain missed too far to the right.
Looks that way. And now still has a right-hand pocket to throw it into, Randy. What kind of strategy do you employ here?
I try to throw a strike ball.
A good strategy, but unfortunately for Shanna Bass, she could not do it. Leaves the 1 and the 3. After 3 frames of Baker system bowling, here we are, couple of opens. San Jose State, the Spartans 57, almost doubling the output of the Cardinals of Ball State University. They've got 29. Well, it's time for Rockin' Bowl. We hear the music. We call it Shuffle Bowl. Don't know what it is? Taylor's going to tell us all about it.
That's right. It's time to take the plunge into our next Rockin' Bowl frame called Shuffle Bowl. Let me tell you how it's played. Our Rockin' Bowlers are going to use the Shuffle Bowl stick and push or shove the bowling ball all the way down the lane. Each team gets 1 ball, 1 chance, that is, to knock down as many pins as they can, and each pin knocked down counts for 1 point. Let's go.
Okay. But first up, it's San Jose State. The Spartans here. Daniel Pack, 29-year-old senior. High game at 300. Let's see where Daniel sets up his ball. Look how far back he's got it now. Is he giving himself enough room to get that stick behind him?
Yeah, look how far to the right on the approach he is. He's going for angle and speed here.
Well, he is a computer engineering major, so that explains all of that.
Oh, he knocked down a lot of pins for almost going in the gutter.
That is the strangest leave I have ever seen. 3 pins he gets down, and Randy, you've tried this before. How did you do, and what did you do?
Well, Gary, you got to have the shtick. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have shtick.
You got to have shtick. You got to get the stick positioned properly, maintain good direction, and give it a nice big hard shove.
All right, you've got plenty of shtick, I know that, but it has nothing to do with Shuffle Bowl. Here is Ronald Anthony Lorenzoni. He's a junior, 21, and he goes more of the straightforward approach, but he's got that wacky-looking ball.
It's the ball.
And worked for him again before. Oh, a 7-pin count. Good shot from Lorenzoni. And here we go. Here's the recap. Now, after a couple shuffle bowl frames, a couple rocking bowl frames, 15 for the Cardinals of Ball State and just 3 for the San Jose State Spartans. But the Spartans in the lead in our traditional game. And we are getting back to traditional bowling right now. And the Spartans are up on the approach. Darlene Casaba. Her career goal to be a physical therapist, Randy. And right now, she is going to look for some physicality when it comes to bowling here in the 4th frame of our traditional game, and can't do it here. This is a tough lead. What do you do with this?
The 5-7-8, actually, it's a bad break because of the pins that were standing. She would have had an easier spare. Now she's got a split. She's got to try to hit the 5 pin on the right side, and the 5 pin will actually take out the 7 and the 8 if she slides it over to the left.
So Darlene Kusaba now, her second shot in the 4th frame, and she lets it go. And it looks pretty good. Well, just picks off the 8, leaves the 5 and the 7. 8-pin count, and that's the second consecutive open for the Spartans. And now up on the approach for the Cardinals of Ball State University. Here's Doug Anderson. You know, Ball State University started out as a teacher's college in a rural setting, and notable grads, David Letterman and Jim Davis, who, by the way, the creator of Garfield. Here's the shot from Doug Anderson, that would make David Letterman proud. Look at this, folks. They're psyched now. They are definitely charged up for this one.
Dougie playing inside line. He's got a lot of hands and a lot of revolutions. This ball's dead flush, and what a way to get his team jump-started. Watch this reaction. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable, yeah. Okay, here we go. After 4 traditional bowling frames, 65 for the Spartans. They're open. And now Ball State University, the Cardinals trying to close the gap, and they are. They're working on a strike in frame number 4. Well, coming up next, our next Rockin' Ball frame, your pins are showing. But as we go to break, here's a question for you. What feature film starred Jeff Bridges as a league bowler? Was it A, the Big Pulaski, B, the Big Lebowski, and C, the Big Shanansky? Well, take your pick, and we'll be back with the answer in just a moment. You're watching Rockin' Ball on TNN. It's on gas. Welcome back to the All-American Sport Park here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're watching Rockin' Ball on TNN. And what feature film starred Jeff Bridges as a league bowler? Well, if you answered B, the Big Lebowski, you were right. You know why? Because Pulaski and Shanansky, Randy, were 2 guys my sister used to date. All right, folks. Don't forget that if you have some fun bowling trivia questions for us or to send us an email, go to country.com. It is, in fact, the 7th frame stretch.
You know, baseball's got 7th inning stretch. We have a 7th frame stretch. We're dancing, we're singing, we're having a great time. And you know why, Gary?
No, but I know you're going to tell us why.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Because of our own Backstreet Alley band, the Pin Setters, baby.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to some traditional bowling here on Rockin' Ball. We're in the 5th frame, the San Jose State Spartans and the Ball State University Cardinals. Here is Cliff Kennard for San Jose State.
All right there, good break, didn't get a split. Now this spare for a left-hander's droppable, Gary. He's got to be careful, cover both balls with the pin. Or cover both pins with the ball.
I got you.
Okay.
I know what you meant. 4-7 remaining for Cliff Kennard. Here's a shot, and he picks him off, no problem. Is it different with a lefty here?
Well, I mean, you know, it's the same thing for a righty when righty shoots a 6'10". Got to try to get the ball to cover both pins. This is the other way. He makes the spare, but that's not the high percentage way to do it, Gary.
Here we go now. The Cardinals of Ball State University. Trent Burns, also a lefty, like Cliff Kennard for the Spartans before him. Here's Trent Burns, his first ball in the 5th frame of our Baker system game. Oh, and he came in high. Gets the break, doesn't it?
Oh, man. Here, we're going to look at this shot again. This ball is going to go right through the face. And what a break. Wow, look at that. 7-pin, the last one to go down.
Unreal. A lot of hooting and hollering. Here we go. I hear the music. It's time for Rockin' Ball. And for that, your pins are showing. Let's go down to Taylor.
Our next Rockin' Ball frame was inspired when I forgot to pay my electric bill. It's called Your Pins Are Showing, and it's just like traditional bowling, except the lights are out. But when the lights go out, the strobe lights go on, and each team gets one ball, one chance to knock down as many pins as they can, and every pin knocked down counts. So let's just see how good these guys play in the duck.
Well, I am glad that Taylor, our own alley cat, got her lighting bill paid, because the lights are off right now, but we'll get them back on after your pins are showing. Here is Loida Francisco. The strobe light is on. Here's her shot. Looks pretty good. A 9-pin count in our Your Pins Are Showing frame for the Spartans of San Jose State. As Loida Francisco comes through, lights back off. We've clamped them off. The strobe effect makes it very tough. Focus, concentration for Sherry Smith of the Cardinals of Ball State University. Here's her shot. It is definitely way right and leaves 5. So for the San Jose Spartans, they pick up a win in the Your Pins Are Showing Rockin' Ball frame, 9-5 over the Cardinals of Ball State University. And now back to traditional bowling. On the approach, trying to get his team and the audience members worked up. The rooting section for the Spartans. Here's Alex Sella. His first shot in the 6th. On the head pin. Leaves the 4.
Almost tripped that 4, Gary.
So Sala will go for his second shot. You know, it's funny. One of his special skills, he talks very fast. So I might be losing my job to him any moment. Alex Sala trying to pick up his spare. Again, just the 4 remains, but no longer. A spare for the San Jose State Spartans. No problem for Alex Sala, as he plays for the camera right now, but serious on the lane, Shanna Bass. Here's her first shot for the Cardinals, and it is on the head pin.
3, 6, 9, 10, Gary.
Yeah.
You know, now, again, what makes this spare tough is you have a sleeper, the pin in back of the 3-pin.
Okay, it's not that tough of a spare to pick up, particularly for these college bowlers, because we are looking at some of the top collegiate bowlers in the country. We've got 16 of the top bowlers in the country, 16 teams competing, and I'll tell you what, didn't look like it there, missing them all. All right, so through 6 frames of our traditional Baker system game, San Jose State, the Spartans working on a spare. Ball State University, the Cardinals, they're open 77 in the 6th. It's still a horse race, anybody's game. You know why? Because there's a lot more Rockin' Bowl left. And speaking of Rockin' Bowl, Blackjack bowling, don't forget, we're in Vegas, and we're going to do it Vegas style. Rockin' Bowl here on TNN. We'll continue in a moment. And welcome back to Rockin' Bowl here on TNN. We're at the All-American Sport Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Rockin' Bowl, what you're looking at right now, the full roster of 16 teams that are competing in the Rockin' Bowl Invitational Tournament. One of these teams will walk away with a whole lot of money. Right now, let's get back to the bowling action. This is the 7th frame of traditional bowling, and it's Daniel Pack on the approach for the Spartans of San Jose State, who are, by the way, working on a spare. And here is the shot. It's the 10-pin remaining for Pack.
That was a great shot. At least what we call the ring and 10, Gary. That's where the 6 goes around the 10-pin.
And the degree of difficulty, Randy, obviously not that high here.
No, it shouldn't be for Daniel. He should have no problem making the single pin spare.
And, oh, looked like it was curving away, but Pack picks it up. And that is worth another look, Randy, as it came down the lane. Looked like it was hooking away from the 10-pin, but just enough to nip about half of it.
Yes, you're right, Gary. Just enough to knock it down.
Okay, I don't want to take your job away as the commentator. I'm going to let you handle that next time.
Well, thanks.
All right, buddy. Here we go. We're on to Ball State University, the Cardinals here. Ronald Anthony Lorenzoni is up. Wants to be a grade school teacher. Right now, wants to be a strike maker.
Wow. Gary, did you see the amount of hook in the back end from this guy? Talk about some serious revolutions. That ball just duck hooked in the back end. That's why he threw all the pins all over, leaving only the 9-pin.
So Lorenzoni now with the attempt at the 9 for the conversion of the spare. Here's his shot. And it's done. No problem for Lorenzoni. Through 7 frames of our traditional game. 103 for the Spartans of San Jose. They're working on a spare. 77 for the Cardinals of Ball State University. They're also working on a spare. And now it's time for Rockin' Bowl. We're talking about Blackjack bowling, folks. And for that, once again, our Lady of the Lanes, Taylor Baldwin.
Let's see if our Rockin' Bowlers are playing with a full deck. It's time for Blackjack bowling. And like the card game, the goal here is to get 21 points or as close to 21 points without going over. Now each team will take turns playing up to 5 balls, and the winner takes away big 10 points. So good luck, guys.
And we are ready. Now, again, Randy, here we go. 5 shots for each player. They don't have to use all 5. The object to reach 21. If you hit 21 right on the nose, you pick up 15 points. There's a lot of strategy involved in this particular Rockin' Bowl frame here. And it's going to be Daylene Casaba, and she is the Blackjack bowler for the San Jose Spartans. Her first shot, well, that is a good start. It's always going to start out with a strike in this one, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, there's different strategies to be used. This is my favorite Rockin' Bowl frame. Different strategies, Gary. You never know what these kids are going to think of.
Okay, Doug Anderson for the Cardinals of Ball State. And he decides to go the other way. And also a good strategy, pick it off 1.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't know if they're going to try to pick off 1 and go for 2 strikes after that. Throw 2 strikes first and go for 1 after. You know, that's what makes this I love this Rockin' Bowl frame game. It's beautiful.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I like it.
Okay, here we go. Back to Daylene Casaba for the Spartans. A good start for her and a good start for Doug Anderson on the Cardinals. They took different directions, but they may wind up in the same spot with 21. And if the teams wind up tied after 5 shots or after their round is complete, they will split. Ooh, that's kind of a difficult one. Picking up 6 pins, Daylene Casaba now has a total of 16, and that certainly changes the complexion of things. No question about that. So really, it gives the advantage to Doug Anderson of the Cardinals, who will go for a strike here, and if he gets 2 in a row, he's nailed it.
Oh yeah, he's fired up, baby. Advantage Ball State. He's got 11 now. Look at him up there. He's pumped up, baby. He knows he can strike again, Gary. He's looking at 21 and 15 points.
All right, so Daylene Casaba coming back now for the Spartans of San Jose State. She needs 5 total. She doesn't have to get them all on this shot, but she needs 5 total for 21. Here's the shot.
Oh, almost.
Very nice. She got 4. That is a total of 20, and will in fact put the pressure on Doug Anderson of the Cardinals.
That was a great shot, Gary. I don't know how she got. That was a great shot.
All right, so here is Anderson. Again, a total of 11. He had 1 pin and then a strike. If he strikes here, he's got 21. And he does. He does.
And they're fired up, baby.
But you know something? It's not over yet, because Daylene Casaba has taken 3 shots. She's got 2 more. She needs 1 pin to tie. Obviously, she's going to go for the 7 pin, right, Randy?
7 pin or the 10 pin.
7 or 10, and if she misses and gets a gutter ball, she still has another shot.
She did it!
I can't believe it!
Unbelievable!
I can't believe it!
That is so awesome! To step up there and just throw that, get that single pin spat and tie the 21, Gary.
Can I take you with me to the casinos tonight?
Oh, yeah.
You are awesome. How do you feel?
Very lucky.
What was your strategy?
Play the cards right. I don't know, my team helped me out, so.
You guys both score a whopping 15 points. They rock!
All right, well, what happens here is that each team will get 15 points. They each hit 21. Back to traditional bowling now, the 8th frame of our Baker-style game. And up for the Spartans of San Jose State, it's Cliff Kennard. Here we go, Cliff Kennard. Ooh, coming back with a tough one here, the 4-6 split.
You know, they really needed to get something going here and, you know, separate themselves from the other team, Ball State. And he steps up and he throws a 4-6 split. This is a tough one, Gary.
All right, so Cliff Kennard knows what he has to do here.
He's got to get the ball to the right side of the 6 pin or the left side of the 4 pin and try to slide either one. into the other pin. It's almost impossible.
He'll pick up the 4, leave the 6 standing, so a 9 count and an open frame for the San Jose State Spartans in the 8th of our Baker system game. Here's Trent Burns for the Cardinals of Ball State. Here's his shot. They are working on a spare, and this could work to their advantage, but I'll tell you what, certainly when you're working on a spare, this does not work to your advantage.
That ball was looking for the gutter, Gary.
Unbelievable. Didn't find it, but it was pretty darn close. And still a lot of pins up there. He's got the pocket remaining for him as well.
Right. I mean, he doesn't have all the pins up, but I still think the best way to shoot this spare is to try to throw a strike ball.
And that's what the pros would do on this occasion. 1, 2 remaining, so 8 pins, and we're looking at an open for both teams, but it's the Spartans of San Jose State with a good lead in our traditional game, 130-98. 8 frames are complete, and there's a whole lot more coming up. Right now, we're going to Taylor, who's going to tell us about our next Rockin' Ball frame, our frame of chance. She's going to handle the drawing for us. Taylor?
That's right. I'm with Sherry, the coach from San Jose, and Doug from Ball State. I'm going to have you guys reach into our bowling bag of mystery and pull out 2 lucky audience members who will help us in our next Rockin' Ball frame. Calvin Garcia, will you come on down so we'll get you suited up for our next Rockin' Ball frame? And look at Calvin. Who do you got? Eric Tuplin will be helping Ball State. Come on down. You don't want a next frame of chance. It's fun. It's fabulous. Woo! It's groovy, baby.
And welcome back once again, everybody, to the All-American Sport Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're watching Rockin' Ball on TNN. We're winding down the 9th frame of our Baker system game with the Spartans of San Jose State in command. Lorna Francisco will try to contribute to that staying that way. Here's her first shot. Randy?
She's left herself with a really tough spare. The way she's got to make this is she's got to try to throw the ball into the pocket.
And there you go. 5 pins standing, a tough one to make. And you know, her career goal to work for Disney, well, she's looking for a miracle here because they do make miracles, and she's going to need one. This is a very, very tough spare to make, and she's not going to get it here. Leaves the 1, the 2, and the 10 standing after all is said and done. 7-pin count for the Spartans. Leaving the door open, Randy, for the Cardinals of Ball State University.
Yeah, they really need to get it going here, Gary. We got 2 frames left, 2 Rockin' Ball frames left. They need to start doing something.
And here is Sherry Smith for the Cardinals. Her shot right on the head pin, and the result, the 3, 6, and 10.
Okay, all right. She left the 3, 6, 10. It's not a split. It could have been worse. Bottom line, she's got to make this.
Sherry has to pick up the spare here because they need marks.
Exactly. Plus, they got 2 Rockin' Ball frames left. So they can make up the ground. She needs to make this, though.
And we know those Rockin' Ball frames are very important, and she does get that. She does get that. Sherry Smith picks it up for the Cardinals. Once again, a look at her spare 10.
The ball hits the 3. The 6-pin goes into the 10. Perfect spare.
Now we are heading into the 10th frame. That's coming up, traditional bowling. We're waiting for our frame of chance because that is next. Again, here is our alley cat, Taylor Baldwin.
I'm here with our audience participants. They're going to help us in our next Rockin' Ball frame called Frame of Chance. Now, Calvin here is going to bowl for San Jose State. Calvin, have you ever bowled before?
No.
No. Well, hopefully he's got lady luck on his side. How about you?
Yep.
Well, all right, well, Ball State's a little luckier, I think. I don't know, but here's how it works. It's like a traditional frame in that each team gets 2 balls. Our audience members will bowl first, and our Rockin' Bowlers will pick up the spare. Now, if they get a strike, they get an automatic 15 points, and our Rockin' Bowlers will have to do nothing. Zilch. So, good luck, guys. May the best man win.
All right, we've got a couple of youngins here going to the post.
It's going to be interesting. We got Calvin, who I don't think has ever bowled here.
He said no. His answer was no. I haven't bowled. Calvin Garcia, who's representing San Jose State, said, no, I haven't. But, you know, he's got the hat backwards. Good sign. He's looking good. He's looking fresh. That's important in our frame of chance. We call it the frame of chance because we select our audience members to bowl at random. We don't know what kind of bowling talent they have. In Calvin's case, not much.
Yeah, good call, Gary.
All right, so here comes Alex Sala for the Spartans, and he's basically looking at a strike ball here because there are still 10 pins standing after Calvin Garcia did his work out there. Oh, and I'll tell you what, well, it doesn't really matter at this point because he's not shooting at a spare. He just has a 6-pin count in our frame of chance, Rockin' Bowl frame. Eric Tuplin, he says he is bowled. He's kind of got a bowling look to him, doesn't he? Whoa.
He's got a little stroke
shaky,
there.
a little bit shaky on the lane.
Not a bad stroke.
But you know what? He still leaves the pocket for our collegiate bowler coming up here. That's Shanna Bass. And Shanna will look to convert here, or at least pick up more than the Spartans did. They got 6 total. And here's Shanna Bass. Again, treating it like a strike. Well, she tried, but wasn't able to do it. And I'll tell you what, we are even 6-6. So in our frame of chance, Rockin' Bowl frame, the Spartans and the Cardinals both come out of this one with a 6-6 tie. 41-33 overall in our Rockin' Bowl points. And that goes to Ball State University of the Cardinals. Now, we are back to traditional bowling. This is the 10th frame. This is the important, critical point. And here is Daniel Pack for the Spartans of San Jose State.
The all-important 10th frame.
His shot. Oh, and leaves the 10.
Man.
All right, he's psyched, though. He's not upset. He's not down. He's ready to go. And, of course, part of the reason, he's just having fun out there. This is the game that he loves. Bowling is fun to him. So even though he didn't pick up the strike, he'll be shooting at that spare and still will have fun, make it or miss it.
Good thing he's not Mike, because let me tell you, you start leaving a lot of 10 pins, Gary. Yes, you're having fun, but you're like, come on, this has got a strike.
All right, here we go. And
hang on.
Oh, he can't do it. And now the look of disappointment. But I'll tell you what, he's still getting encouragement from his teammates. The game is not over. There is Rockin' Bowl left. He's got the Rockin' Relay, and we all know how important those Rockin' Bowl points are in your overall point score in the first 2 rounds. You want to make it to the quarterfinals. Don't worry about today so much. It's the overall picture here in our Rockin' Bowl Invitational Tournament. Now, Ball State University, the Cardinals are up. It's Ronald Anthony Lorenzoni.
Oh,
same lead.
Same deal. But you know what, Gary? If he makes the spare, this game is going to be really, really close. You know, with the Rockin' Bowl Relay left to go, anybody's game.
You are absolutely right about that. And again, conversion here of this spare will pull the Cardinals much closer in our traditional Baker system game, and then we'll worry about Rockin' Relay. But there is the spare, and this makes a big, big difference for the Cardinals.
Let's take a look here. Remember, single pin spare, nice and straight, no problem there.
All right, one more shot for Lorenzoni after he converts the spare. And of course, the fill ball wants as many as he can get. If he picks up 10, if he gets the strike, we're looking at a 137, and they will have closed the gap measurably in our traditional style game. Here it is.
Hold it.
Well, in any case, it's still a 134, and we'll take a look at the score after our Baker system game. It is complete through 10. It's the Spartans of San Jose State, 146, and the Cardinals of Ball State University, 134. But Rockin' Relay still to come. It's right after this. You're watching Rockin' Bowl on TNN. Don't move. We'll be back. And welcome back, everyone. You're watching Rockin' Bowl on TNN from the All-American Sport Park here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, we have finished our traditional Baker system game, and it is very tight with the end of the Rockin' Bowl points as well. Rockin' Relay is coming up next. The San Jose State Spartans, they have just a slim 4-point lead over the Cardinals of Ball State University. The Rockin' Relay frame, in fact, can make all the difference. So without further ado, let's go down to Taylor Baldwin, who will tell us more about the Rockin' Relay.
Tension is in the air because we are down to our last event for the day. It's called Rockin' Relay. And I'm going to tell you how it's played. Team player number 1 is going to run to the ball rack, grab his bowling ball, go to the furthest lane, release the ball, run back, tag team player 2. Team player 2 will go to the ball rack, go to the next lane, release the ball, come back as fast as he can, tag team player 3, and so on and so on. Now, we've got to do this really fast because they only have 30 seconds to get as many pins knocked down as they can, and every pin knocked down counts as 1 point. This is when skill and speed is very crucial. So you're the first player. Does that mean you're the fastest one on the team, Alex?
I hope so.
Oh my God. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
And don't forget, in our Rockin' Relay, the team that is ahead going into this Rockin' Ball frame will go first. That is San Jose State, the Spartans. And Spartans of San Jose State, are you ready? All right, 30 seconds on the clock. On your mark, get set, bowl. Our leadoff bowler for the Spartans is Alex Sala. He was quick to the ball rack and quick in his release. Here's the shot. Not that great on the shot, though.
That's half.
Half the rack, that's okay. Make the tag. Here's our next bowler. Less than 20 seconds. Stay on the lane. Oh, can't get it done. 15 seconds. And once again, a quick release, but you got to make sure you get pins.
There you go.
10,
There you
9,
go.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bob Prevost keeping the official score. Thumbs down. That last shot will not count. So a total of 15 in the Rockin' Ball frame. That's our total for the Spartans of San Jose State. We'll be back with the second half of Rockin' Relay in just a moment. It's all happening on Rockin' Ball here on TNN. Welcome back to Rockin' Ball here on TNN. We did, in fact, have a foul line violation in our first half of Rockin' Relay. That was from Delene Casaba. You see her foot go over the foul line, and she will knock down 7 pins. So actually, San Jose had 22 pins knocked down. That 7 was deducted. That's why their total was 15. And Rockin' Relay, very, very difficult. But in fact, Bob Prevost did call that violation, and he was right. All right, so with that taken care of, it's time for the second half of Rockin' Relay. Next up, the Cardinals of Ball State University. And Cardinals, are you ready? Here we go, 30 seconds on the clock. Bob Prevost, on your mark, get set. Bowl. Here we go. That is Trent Burns. He's starting things out. He actually lines up the shot, taking some time there, Randy, but it's a good one. It's a strike. Oh, immediately puts the pressure on the Spartans of San Jose State. Less than 20 seconds to go. Our next bowler from the Cardinals picks up 7. Oh, they're kicking it right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. There's another strike. Oh, they are just hot as a pistol. 3, 2, 1. That's going to be your last ball. It's going to be a beauty. Woo. Oh, it is so tight now. And I'll tell you what, those Rockin' Ball frames make all the difference. And the Cardinals of Ball State University in the Rockin' Relay frame have come back to win it 212 to 194.
Big Trap, I hope you have big plans to celebrate. What do you say? You have anything to say?
So I need to say, we won, baby. We pulled it out at the end. What can we say?
And nobody has done anything awesome.
One of the great comebacks of the year. That'll do it for this edition of Rockin' Ball. For Taylor Baldwin, Randy Pedersen, I'm Gary Seibel. See you next time on Rockin' Ball. Take care, everybody. Good night. And congratulations once again to Ball State University for today's victory and for winning $1,000. Over the next several weeks, you'll see 16 top collegiate teams playing twice in our first 2 rounds of competition. The top scoring teams from these 2 rounds advance to the quarterfinals. From there, the top 4 move on to the semifinals. The top 2 moving on to the Rockin' Ball Championship to compete for $10,000 and the title.